this is day 17 of the cookies advent calendar, and we are doing the double chocolate potato drops from baking Yesteryear that look delightful. They're chewy cookies, so I'm excited for that, and they're also chocolate cookies, and I'm excited for that too. I'm sure I will eat them, so that's great. That's great. They're called double chocolate because there are chocolate in the cookie and in the icing, and they're called potato drops because there is mashed potatoes in them that I just made, and it's cold. The icing is butter, chocolate, sugar, powdered sugar, and hot water, and you dip them. But first, it's just pretty standard cookie. Butter, brown sugar, no white sugar, 1 egg, which makes it a lot harder to divide. So I'm probably not gonna do that. The mashed potato, some bitter chocolate. So I don't know what bitter chocolate is, but I have this, which is 64% cocoa, and that's like 10% more than the regular one that I use. So I think that's as close as it's gonna get. Personally, I wouldn't eat that. It's too dark and too bitter for me. So I think it checks out. Flour, salt, baking soda, buttermilk, and chopped walnuts. So it's interesting, and I'm excited for that. It does 4 dozens, which is insane amount of cookies. But I'm very hungry. Oh, angry too, but that's a whole other problem. I'm very hungry, and chocolate cookies sounds nice, and they're going to be very small because they're like teaspoon size chocolate, teaspoon of dough, so that it's totally doable, you know. It's like teaspoon or small cookie scoop. So yes, they're going to be 4 dozens, but they're going to be very small, and they're going to be cakey chewy cookies, and they're my favorites. So I'm sure I'm going to eat them all with no problem whatsoever. Whatever. So I'm going to make them all. Also because one large egg is very hard to divide, and I hate doing that. So I'm just gonna do them all. Honestly, there isn't a lot of ingredients quantity wise, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So cream, butter, and sugar, beating the egg, vanilla, beating the mashed potatoes, and the melted bitter chocolate. There isn't a lot of it, by the way. There is only 2 ounces of chocolate. Then add the dry ingredients, alternating with the buttermilk, and then the chopped walnuts. So that's a pretty simple recipe, and I'm kind of excited for that. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm putting on some music because I'm tired. Which you can probably tell by the fact that I'm wearing pajamas. But since they're Christmas pajamas, I think they still feel the same, so I'm not changing. The cookies are baked. They expanded a bit and spread, and they're very cakey, very squishy, very light and fluffy. So that's nice. I was patient on the third tray. I made them bigger, which I don't recommend because they spread too much and touch each other, but they'll still be very yummy. So now it's time to work on the icing. So I've got some butter and some chocolate here. I'm using the same chocolate as in the butter because it's literally the only thing I'm going to have at my disposition to spare. So yeah, I'm going to heat it gently. I'm supposed to be doing that on a bain-marie, but bain-marie and me just don't match very well. So I'm doing this on direct heat, and I'm going to be very gentle about it. Now after that is melted, I'm going to mix in some icing sugar and some hot water. That's why it's going in the microwave. And it is hot. And I got a cup of icing sugar here already ready because I know it's going to be something that needs to be quick. I'm gonna end up with chocolate all over myself. It's melting pretty quick. Thankfully. Look at that, look at the glossy that is. So pretty. And there it is, a very pretty chocolate syrup / glaze that I can put on my cookies. So I don't actually pour the icing on top, I dunk those into it. Problem is they're very flat, so that's going to be a little tricky. I'm definitely gonna get chocolate all over myself. I so want to eat them already, but I have to let the icing set before I can eat them, and it's torture. It's late, I'm tired, I want cookies and bed. And I can't. Because life is cruel. And I'm such a small bean and I just want cookies. They're very soft, it's not easy to not have them fall apart on me while they're upside down. And that's how you end up with chocolate everywhere. So it says that I need to whisk it regularly to prevent it from forming a crust. So I'm gonna do that. Because I no one want a crusty icing. Well, once in some of the cookies, yes, but not before. Oh, by the way, did you know that B. de la Nolis is publishing a second cookbook with hopefully better editing this time? And I saw it and I was like, oh hell no! I'm still not through the first one. Far from it. And I don't like all the recipes in them. And some of them are really bad editing. So I just don't want them. I just don't like them for that. And the idea of doing that again with another of his book is sure no. Oh hell no. If you were wondering. Now I'm checking if I need to actually set the icing or if I can eat them now because I'm hungry. You can't tell me that they troubleshoot all of these recipes before publishing them. It needs to cool completely. It's cool. The icing was not very hot. Yeah, I'll take it. They really feel like cake, like cupcakes. Not much of a cookie. It's good. Doesn't feel like a cookie. Feels like cake. If I wanted to make cake, I make cake. But no, they're very delicious. Very nice. And I won't have any trouble finishing them. Now let's try one of the bigger ones, see if it makes a difference in texture. And it's fragile, falls apart. The ratio is different, which is kind of nice actually. Those are also warmer because they're, there. I like them. I think I like the better ones, the bigger one best. So scratch that, just space them correctly. Okay, I'm going to eat all of them. I'll show you tomorrow.